Welcome to Soul Infused Summer. I'm so excited that you are here. Today is day number 8. And I'm super excited about the topic. I love what we're going to talk about today. We went in, we went up, we went down. And today it's all about going out and expressing yourself and how to powerfully create what you truly want in your life. I'm going to give you a few tips on how to shine from the inside out this summer. I'm going to talk about why self-love is actually the foundation for your inner peace and happiness. I'm going to stay at the end for your questions. And if we haven't connected yet, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I'm here to help you to let go of your limitations, to fully love and trust yourself, so that you can go out, shine bright, and create the freedom, the joy, and the impact that you truly desire in this world, in your life. So I'm going to take a few seconds to say hello to everybody. And if you're watching the replay, please leave a comment so that I know you're here too. Always go back to it. So let me see who's here this morning or this afternoon or tonight, because the world is in the house. Indonesia's in the house. France is in the house. The US is in the house, Germany is in the house. Whoop, whoop. Okay, Leah is here, Karen, Ida, Lissa, Tine, Florian. Wonderful, Jolene from California as well. Fantastic. I want to share something that's important when we get to the point of, hey, what is it actually that I want to create? So it's about going out now, okay? So we looked into what are the things that are blocking you to go in, the beliefs, the work that you get to do. Then also we looked into how do we raise vibration, how do we connect our higher self to the essence of our being, and then to bring it down. And a lot of women that I work with, I mainly work with women. I also do work with men. However, a lot of women that I work with often get stuck in this. They come and have this beautiful vision. They have this dream or idea of making a difference in their own life or in other people's life, and something is really blocking them to go out with it. And maybe you can relate to that. If that resonates with you, let me know, and in which way. So you are not alone with this, and we're going to look into what does it actually mean to express yourself in the world and what's holding you back. And we often hear the term, and I actually use it myself, and I say, hey, express your true self, connect to your true self, who you really are. And often that's a phrase like, oh, but what does that actually mean? And from the perspective of my energy base in a work process, it's really about connecting to the essence that's deep inside, and then to your higher self and bringing that down. And that what comes out is who you are versus your patterns, your beliefs, and your fears being out in front of you. We all wear a mask. I mean, we all hide to a certain extent, and it's just really in us because we are all afraid to get hurt. We are all afraid to get hurt. Everybody, no matter if they admit it or not, we are all the same deep inside. We are afraid to get hurt, and we all want to be connected. And part of what I do is because I do have a dream. And I have something that I want to create in the world. And it's really about being not only alive, but being authentic, being seen, being connected, and making a difference in my life and in the world. Every little thing counts. And I truly believe that everyone who works on themselves contributes to this vision. So thank you for being here. I totally appreciate you because you are part of my vision, you're part of my dream. And I will share a poem with you later about my dream. Okay, so Carrie is here. Good morning. I think fear keeps me stuck. Yeah, and inner conflict. Yeah, everybody is kind of stuck with inner fear and conflict. This is why ultimately the work is so important to release it, because the unconscious or the energetical patterns are stronger than the mind. Consciously, you don't wake up in the morning saying, hey, I'm going to sabotage myself today. I'm not going to do what I love doing. I'm going to let my fear run my day, and I'm going to end my day feeling miserable. I mean, no one wakes up like this in the morning, consciously, right? I mean, maybe there is someone, but you get what I'm saying. However, it still runs in us in such a strong way that the clearing work is simply it's just necessary. You can't bypass. You cannot bypass your shit, okay? And if you have not watched the other videos, I would highly recommend going back and watch all the sequence, because you get the most out of it if you watch all the episodes from Soul Infused Summer. So let me ask you a question. What is it that you want to create in your life? Just tune in, just ask yourself. Just take a moment. What is it that you want to create in your life? And that question, when I start to work with people closely and I do a soul discovery session with them, and I help them to get clear on what they want. And it sounds so logical, so simple, such a no-brainer, and you would be surprised that 9 out of 10 people don't really know what they want. So I help them. And I remember just last week I was talking to a woman, and for many years she felt like she had no purpose in her life. She wanted to do something different, and she felt very insecure within herself. And I asked her, okay, what do you want? And she said, oh, you know, and she said different things. I want to have more money. I want to find a different job. But nothing really landed. I didn't feel like there was anything really tangible. I didn't get it. And I said, hey, let me help you. What I hear you saying that you want more meaning in your life. And she said, yeah. It's like, okay, what is it that you want? And it's like, yeah, I want to know my purpose. It's like, okay, what's your purpose? And she said, Sonia, I don't even know what my purpose is. I don't even know what I really want. So I helped her and guided her through, because there's always an underlying issue that keeps us kind of blind. Helped her find out what she really truly wanted. And I'm sharing this with you because if you don't know that, you are not able to create it in the first place. And there's always something deeper underneath than the obvious, right? So you want to really tap deep inside and see, what is it that you truly want? What is it that you want to create? Because the way of creating is, the first step is that you really know what it is. And then obviously, in order to create it as well, you want to take the action steps that guide you there. However, the more important piece is your inner state of being. Confidence, how to communicate in a way that it lands. You get to express yourself in an effective way. You get to set boundaries so that you have the space instead of giving yourself away and pleasing everybody all day long so that you are drained at home or at work. And you get to have a stable, solid foundation within yourself so that you feel strong going out and telling your truth, your vision, and creating an impact. Does it make sense so far? Let me know if this is landing, and I want to see. Alyssa says she's honored to be part of my dream. I love you, Alyssa. Thank you. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Pam. When you say clearing work, do you mean belief clearing? Don't recall a tool to actually do this. Yeah, do the work. Yes, no, I didn't teach one particular tool. You know, I have so many arsenals in so many tools, and it depends. But yeah, it's basically doing the work. Yeah. What do you want to create in your life? Great question. Yes. Okay, great. So important is that you look into what's holding you back. What is the fear? What is the block? And then you go back. So in a sense, this 4-step process that I walk my clients through is not linear, you know? It's like not you go in first and up, down and out, and it's all in a certain linear way. So maybe you are in the process of going out and then you hit a block and you feel, oops, I actually am not feeling confident enough to share my truth out there. Ooh, I don't feel actually confidence enough to tell my husband what I want. Or I am actually not feeling confident or secure enough to ask for a raise. Whatever it is just an example. So then you go back in again and you do the work again. You go up and down and out again. So I want you to realize that it's all holistically intertwined and it's an integral system. You want to know what you want. You want to have a clear vision. You want to be able to express yourself. And in order to do that, you also get to release the fears that hold you back from telling the truth in the first place. I give you an example. I was talking to a woman last week, and she wanted my help because she felt like she was trying to start to set boundaries, but it didn't work. And she wanted to say something to her husband. And I said, okay, what did you say to him? Like, what is it that you want? She's like, yeah, well, I need more space for myself. And I said it to him, but he's not respecting it. I said, okay, so let me know what you said. And the first thing that she said to me, yeah, okay, I said, I love you, but. First I said, erase but. If you start any conversation with, I love you, but, you're already doomed, right? Because anything that you say, if you say something and you put the word but afterwards, it erases what you said before. That's just as a little side note. But that already showed, okay, it's the way she was communicating, not what she was communicating. She wanted to be nice. She was afraid of his reaction. So she kind of was sugarcoating it. Ultimately, what she wanted to say is, stop talking to me all the time. I want to have time for myself right now. And I said, you have to be clear. And that was such an aha moment where it's like, okay, yeah, sure. I was kind of coming from a small little girl place and also treating him somehow like a boy instead of saying, hey, he's an adult man. He gets it. And I am a woman, powerful, adult, and I need some space right now, so I'm just going to ask for it. So that is just an example that you get to go back to see, hey, what was the fear in the first place? And then you authentically share from a responsible place versus judging and blaming the other. So that's part of creating what you want, is to take responsibility and to stop blaming and judging the outside. And we often don't do that consciously, but unconsciously we still do. So if you are not having what you want in your life, it's your creation. You are the creator of your life. You have the power. And if something is not the way you want it, you get to go and look in, not look out. Okay. So, just checking in here. If everything, yeah, fantastic. I'm going to go through your questions just later in a little bit. Keep them coming, keep them coming. So let me give you a few tips today on how you can shine more, be more yourself. Simple tips. Again, it's consistency. You want to keep doing. Don't expect a shift overnight. And definitely get help if you are stuck. Because if you would have been able to do this all by yourself already, you would have done it already and you wouldn't listen to me. So it makes sense, right? So if you feel like you want to have something and you're not able to get it, ask for help. This is, by the way, one of my first tips is ask for what you want. So let this summer be a little bit different, and if where you are, your summer is winter, doesn't matter. Let your winter be different this year. One second. So one tip is to speak up. Especially women, we have the tendency to hold back and expect someone else to know what we actually want. They usually don't. No, they're no mind readers. We are just very intuitive. From nature, evolution made us this way to bring up lots of children and take care of. And yet, instead of holding back and waiting for something to happen for you, speak up and ask for what you want in a direct way and not in an indirect way. That will make you be more powerful. You will get more of what you want. And it's also way more attractive than holding back or talking around the bush. Yeah? Make sense? Okay, good. Another tip is for this summer, for life in general, but let's take it for this, intention we had to shine brighter this summer, even if it's just this little much. Stop comparing yourself. Yes, you might have heard that before, and it's as valid as always. Stop comparing yourself, especially women, especially us. We are so used to it. Compare ourselves constantly to someone else. They look better, they're thinner, they're better in shape, they're more successful, they shine brighter. Whatever your judgment around it is, whatever you compare yourself, stop comparing yourself. You are unique in your way. Everybody else is unique. And I often like to use the analogy of when you go in a forest and you go on a walk and there are these beautiful trees all over, you don't walk around comparing the trees and say, oh, this tree is not as nice as this one. Oh, this tree has a bigger trunk than the other one. Oh my God, these leaves are not as pretty as those leaves. Right? So we are nature. Why not applying this to ourselves? That's no difference. So stop comparing. Okay? What is another? Yeah, another tip. For you to shine brighter this summer, you want to have more joy and pleasure in your life. And when I talk about pleasure, I don't only mean like sexual pleasure, even though sexual pleasure is great and it's part of our nature. And yes, I said it, having sex is a great way to experience pleasure. If you enjoy it, obviously, because you enjoy yourself. Again, their self-love and you feeling good about yourself is the foundation to that as well. But I'm not talking only about that. Pleasure is everything you do that brings joy into your life. So what I recommend you to do, and I would recommend you doing that right after the call, get a pen and a paper and create a pleasure list. Create a pleasure list and write down everything you like doing that you know brings you joy. And if you are right now in a state where you don't feel so good, you say, well, nothing brings me pleasure, just remember, what was it in the past, or what is it that I haven't done in a long time? Could be dancing, could be getting a massage, could be going out to meet a friend for coffee, could be getting a manicure and pedicure, could be buying a new dress, going out for ice cream, whatever brings you pleasure. Could be masturbating. Yeah, I said it. That's pleasure too. Put it on the list. You are the creator of your own life. So create a list, a pleasure list, and add to it. It could be tennis. For me, I love tennis. So for me, that's super pleasure. And then, more importantly, is every day you want to look at that list and you want to do at least one thing that's on the list. So that every day you have something that brings you pleasure. And when you experience pleasure in your life, when you experience joy in your life, it makes you shine brighter because you are happier, right? Make sense? Okay, so these are 3 ways. There are way more. And I could go on and on and on. I could talk for hours here. Okay. But I won't do that. Let me take another sip of water. And if this is landing, if this makes sense, if this is valuable to you, please click the like button, click the love button, leave some comments below, because I'm doing this for you and it's super important to me that this is really landing for you and making a difference in your life. Okay? So I'm gonna go through the comments here real quick, and if you are on the replay and you have a question, and please know that if you have a question or if you have something to share and you don't feel comfortable putting it here in public, send me a private message. I'm here to support you, and I know that it's really shameful sometimes, or we feel like uncomfortable sharing it. Send me a private message. I will answer you there. All right, let's see if you have questions. Okay, let me see. So Marlenia, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm trying to pronounce it properly. I'm getting my own summit prepared to launch. A summit is like an online virtual event where you interview different people, just for those who don't know what a summit is. My goals are each coming to manifestation. I'm living each day to its fullest, not saying there aren't obstacles. These are the areas to deal with head on. One is not always feeling all my physical energy. Can you assist me with this? One is not always feeling all my physical energy. Can you assist me with this? I'm not really clear on what you're asking me, what you mean with you are not always feeling your physical energy. Does it mean you physically don't feel well? You kind of like your mindset is clear and you feel like, hey, everything is working out, but you feel physically not strong? Or if that's, can you clarify that a little bit? Because I want to really give you a good answer. And I'm happy to assist you with that. So let me know your questions. Okay, and while the comments are coming in, I want to share another story that came to mind to show you an example of how you can create something and the power of this work. One of my clients that I worked with back in 2014, she had been working with me for a little while already, and then she paused for a while, and she called me and said, Sonia, I would like to have your help. I'm thinking of getting divorced. So she reached out to me because she knew the power of the work, and instead of just getting a divorce, she wanted to look inside her and see if there's something that she could do instead of getting a divorce. So she came and we talked a few things through, and she said to me, Sonia, I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. I'm not sure. I said, okay, great, let's look into it. So what we did then, we were looking into what was making her so unhappy, why was she actually thinking about a divorce, and some of the things we found out was that because of a wounding she had from her childhood, her heart was closed, and she was afraid to open up because she was afraid of getting hurt. Because of that, she was also not able to communicate to her husband what was going on in her. She didn't even know, and she felt so disconnected, and every time she reached out to him and tried to explain what was missing, he wasn't getting it, right? So through that, I helped her to open up her heart, to go deeper into the underlying issue, to heal that wound. And then she opened up, she was able to communicate. First of all, she opened up, and because her heart was open again, she could actually experience the love again for him, because she was just kind of like annoyed by him. That might sound familiar to some of you. And through the work, she opened up, she learned how to communicate to him in a way that made her feel seen and heard. And there was a flow again and an intimacy again that she was missing so much. And instead of her, because they had a child back then, instead of her becoming a single mom and being miserable, in her, that's what she was saying, God, I'm going to be a single mom, I'm not going to know what to do, it's going to be miserable. Now they are happily together. They have a second child. They're growing together. They're growing their family. And it doesn't mean that their life is always perfect. However, they are a team now, communicating in a different way. And they know that when an obstacle comes in again, that there's always a solution versus staying stuck and leaving because you feel like, there's no other way. So this is the power of this work. Just want to, whatever it is that you might believe that there's no way out or there's no solution, that's not true. There's always a way and there's always a solution. Okay, good. Fantastic. I don't see any more questions. Let me tell you what you get to do today to keep joining the contest. If you're new to the contest, if this is your first show you're watching, what is up here? I only see this now. Didn't even see that. Forget about that. That's nothing. My computer just showed that. Don't even know if you see that. Something was there on my screen. If you're new here and you haven't watched any of the shows yet, go back because every day you get a task, and if you complete them all, you get the chance to get a private one-on-one energy balancing session with me where I will help you to find out where are you stuck, where are your blocks, and to get you into the most balanced state you can be in that moment. Super, super, super powerful. You cannot even book that privately if you're not one of my clients. So super, super powerful. Go back and join. And for today, your task is to leave the comment, I am the creator of my life. That's the comment you leave for today. If you're watching live or on the replay, you leave comment saying, I am the creator of my life. Simply that. I am the creator of my life. And if there's no other question, I'm going to share my vision with you. I'm going to share my dream with you. And you might have heard this poem before. It's one of the points of my book, You Can Heal the World. And I shared a point last week that really came from my soul. They all came from my soul. This is what's possible when you open up the channels to really let in the essence of your soul. And I really know how challenging it is. I really know how challenging it is to be yourself in the world sometimes and to let yourself be seen. We can get hurt. Sometimes we take a risk, and yet at the same time there's nothing more fulfilling, more beautiful, and more loving to do than letting yourself be seen and to dare to share what's deep inside of you instead of hiding, and to heal. Inner work. Hey, this energy-based inner work, the process that I'm doing and really going on the path, this is not, this takes courage. Like, all you guys that are watching, you're already special just because you're even open to it. Most of the population is watching TV or doing something else. So you are great. Love you guys. I am the creator of my life. Yes, Leah, Carrie, Marlene, Carrie, Greg, Yvonne, Pamela, Tina. Yes, I am the creator of my life. This is the comment you want to leave if you want to stay in the contest. There are 2 more days to go. Keep on it. Okay. When I wrote this poem, My Dream, I was not able to share it publicly because I felt vulnerable. And that is years ago now. I am super happy I published it. But that was a journey because it came from such a deep place of mine. I felt like when I published that book, I felt like me being naked out there because it came from such a deep and from the essence of my being. And so I know how much courage it takes to really be out there with who you are. And who you are is the most beautiful thing. So do whatever it takes to shine bright, because that's what the world needs. And this is what my poem is about. Okay, so I'm going to share my poem with you, My Dream, and then I will see you tomorrow again for a Soul Infused Summer broadcast. My dream. I dream of a world full of love and respect. A world where the outside, the inside reflects. A world of acceptance, wisdom, and trust, not only for moments, but something that lasts. Blaming, complaining, pain, and disguise. This happens daily in front of my eyes. It makes my heart sad, and I wish I could turn it, but I know and I trust that it's part of the journey. It is up to myself what I do with this dream. I have all that it takes, and I know what it means. It means it takes courage to love and respect who you are. Thus the greatest of blessings and beauty by far. Tune in and explore, and to all what it takes. The world is in need, and what a difference it makes. When you turn deep inside to your being of light, it awakes your true self, and your soul will ignite. Don't waste any more time and get out of the dark. You are more than you know. Start to see who you are. It is up to us now. Start to clean and to shine. I invite you to join in this dream here of the mind. That's all I have to say. I'll see you tomorrow. Much love.